with it. You all know, don't be reaching back there for your soft drinks or your waters or bag of chips or whatever. Huh?
You want me to try to get it?
Thank you, though. It'll be all right. They go to sleep during the videos anyway. Fred says he does. So make sure that you all are alert. Wheels on the hands on the steering wheels and eyes out the windshield. I have a question for some of y'all because this has come up, and it came up while I was talking to a driver. I'm talking to this driver, and he's talking to me about coming to work here. So I'm on a headset with him, and he says, "Hold on, I'm trying to back this thing up in this spot." And I'm like, "Do you think maybe you shouldn't be talking to me while you're backing up? Doesn't that sound like a pretty bad idea that you're setting yourself up to run into something or back into something or,
Hasn't happened yet.
it can.
Okay.
It very well can. So I don't think it's a good idea for you guys, if we're talking to you and you need to back into a spot, just tell us, "Hey, man, let me call you back. I'm trying to get back in here. It's a little tight." That's all you got to say. I'll hang up. Chris will hang up. Anna will hang up. We don't want to talk to you when you're trying to do those things, okay? So make sure that you're staying focused and you're concentrating on what it is you're doing. Not the person in your ear that's yammering at you and you're under stress already and you're trying to get back in because you're just setting yourself up for failure, okay? Don't do that, it ain't worth it. Goal. Does anybody use that? Do you all even know what goal means? Good job, Richard. Get out and look. This is another instance. We're at a truck stop. We park our truck, we bounce in, maybe take a shower, get some food, whatever, bounce back out, we're gonna take off. Do you even know what happened on either side of you while you were in there? Probably not. Brand new driver maybe parked next to you and he's a little cattywampus. And you think you got a straight shot out. You don't realize, maybe I should walk around and look and make sure he didn't park stupid, or she didn't park stupid, whatever the case may be, and I can still pull out of here safely and not hit anything. The majority of the accidents happen in truck stops. The majority of the reason why it happens is because you're not paying attention. So pay attention to your surroundings. When you come out of the store, walk around. It's the long way around. You're getting your steps in for the day. It's good for the old ticker, good for the circulation, and it's good to know what is going on around your trailer, okay? Just kind of do a walk around. It's not gonna hurt 2 seconds to do that, to make sure I'm good. I ain't got a problem, I can pull out of here without a problem. So do a walk around, make sure that you don't have anything in the way, okay? Our logs, this is something we got dinged on pretty severely last week. I think it was last week or week before. Everybody needs to be putting in Samsara on your logs your trailer number and your bill of lading number. Yes, we got dinged because we didn't have our bill of lading number on our logs. Is the spot for it? DOT Mr. Officer, brand new Mr. DOT Officer at the weigh station, trying to make a name for himself. Look at me, look what I found. 90 points against us for stupid stuff. Ask the driver, did you do a pre-trip? No. Did you know your tire was low? Yeah. Did you do anything about it? No. Why?
Because they don't care.
Exactly. They don't care. They don't care. But you all do care when you're looking for your expense checks or something. Now that's something that's important. We're gonna call Katrina and say, hey, is my check on the door? Hey, did you get my announcement sheet, but you won't do a pre-trip or a post-trip. So make sure you're doing this. All local drivers need to be taking a 10-hour break between shifts. Some of you Eagle guys are running a wonky schedule now. Some are not coming to work till 11 o'clock and they're working till 11 o'clock at night. If you don't get back until 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, you don't start till your 10 hours is up. You need to be aware of that. Don't come in early. They go, oh, I'll just get in here early and I'll log in, and all it does is mess up your logs. So a 10-hour break from end to beginning. Make sure you're getting those breaks, okay? Yes, Tom.
Question as a non-driver, does the ELD tell us that we're punching in ahead of our 10-hour break?
Yeah.
It'll light up red.
Okay, I'm just curious
Yeah.
if we're being prompted.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as a driver, you know what time you punched out last night.
Right.
Kind of like us. We know what time we go home. You know, same for them.
I'm just curious.
And it's not connected to your time clock, okay? So your log is totally separate. It's not married to your time clock. So it's very important that you protect your logs and make sure you're getting those proper breaks. You also are supposed to be taking a 30-minute break within the first 8 hours of driving. It's mandatory. If you don't do that, your logs turn red because you didn't do it. Yes?
Okay, I got a question on that. Can you take your break, will your break count as long as you're not driving? I mean, if you're on duty, or off duty, on duty, like whatever, as long as you're not driving, does your break count? 30 minutes.
Yeah. You just need to put a note in there, 30-minute break. That way, if you get pulled over by Mr. DOT and he says, let me see your logs, he's not gonna have to ask you, where was your 30-minute break? Because when he looks at it, he's like, oh, 2 hours ago he took his 30-minute break. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. So make sure you know, if you're getting fuel, you need to mark that also. I see a lot of logs that don't have anything on them. They don't have brake, they don't have unloading, getting loaded, they don't have the fuel stop, nothing. And you all need to be putting all of that on your logs, because those are violations. So make sure that you're doing that as well. It sounds like a lot of extra work, but it's really not. It only takes you just a few seconds to punch those things in. Pre and post trips. These are mandatory. It's not an option. It's not like, well, I'm gonna wear blue socks today or black socks today. It's something that you do every day. When you all are on your break, especially over the road, you're out there and you're on break, you're in your sleeper, and man, you slept really good that night and you didn't hear a thing. Do you even know what happened in the truck stop last night? Exactly. Do you know maybe somebody stole something off your truck? Sounds stupid, but we had a guy that had his license plate stolen. Both of them, the trailer and the truck. He had nothing. You know? That's not his fault, but then that's something I have to do immediately to get him coverage. Something from our leasing company stating, yes, we know the plates are gone. This is where we have applied for it. So that when he gets pulled over again, which he did, he's got, yes, sir, I know. Here's my paper. We're taking care of it. My home office hasn't received them yet. This just happened a couple days ago. So you don't know what's going on. And I don't even know if y'all even know who the Ice Pick Bandit is. Has anybody heard of him? You've heard of him?
Yeah.
He's a lunatic, isn't he?
Yeah.
He just goes around to random truck stops all over. He's been in Tennessee lately.
Yeah, it's all over the south. It's
Yeah.
in Georgia, Tennessee, and everything. You just go
Yeah.
to sleep and wake up and every tire on your truck and trailer.
Exactly. Everyone has been punctured with an ice pick. They have pictures of this guy. And he's still out there rolling around, poking holes in tires. So do your pre-trips. It's important. Yeah. Do it. You know, make sure you're doing these things. Mark on your logs that you're doing a pre-trip and a post-trip. When I run the report, I can see some of you spend a whole 2 seconds on it. Now, I know you probably have spent more than that, but it only takes you 2 seconds to say, yes, I did it. Maybe send me a picture of something, you know? So, yeah, the tires with a hole in it, so fun times. Communication. This is what we were talking about earlier. We all send emails out. All of us. I know you all do not live in email world. That's not your all's genetic makeup. You know, you all are the truck driver that's getting the product from point A to point B safely and timely. Once a day, check your email at the end of the day just to see if the office sent you anything. It is so much extra work when I have to send out a text message to both fleets. Each individual person, I just send out an email, go read it please. I should not have to send you a text telling you to do that. That's like double work for me. Sometimes I have to call you because then you don't even read the text messages either. So please, open up your communication. Check your emails once a day, at least. It's very important. Laura sends stuff out and sometimes it's fun stuff. You know? Hey, we've got tickets to a Bats game, or we've got tickets to Uville basketball, and everybody's missing out because nobody checks their email.
I've never seen that.
Well, you all better start looking for them then, just in case they come through. Just saying. So make sure you're doing that, okay? We really, really need you to do that. I have some other videos that are probably not gonna pop up here. Oh, it is. Check this out, man.
Oh my
God.
God.
That was today. Hot diggity, man. Thank God.
That look like my truck.
Next one might be your truck, Trick,
Oh
because you got
God,
one
oh
in here.
God.
I don't know why that says stop. I don't know why it's out there. We're just gonna keep on going.
Oh my God.
We're just gonna keep on going. Oh, it gets better.
Keep walking.
It gets better. Now, Peregrine truck up there. See that? What's this? Lord have mercy. 15 miles an hour, 14 miles an hour, 13, 12, 11. That ain't a rolling. That's running. Flat running.
Hey, that ain't nice. Kevin had the front door, he was saying, come on.
I don't care. I don't care.
I remember that.
I don't want to hear no excuses. He's younger than you.
Man.
You gonna pay attention to him?
He had the front door, he got
Lord
to come
have
out.
mercy. Here's another one. Why should we stop? This happens all day long. All day long.
Why is all the pictures of my truck?
That one's not yours.
Oh, it look like it.
That one is not yours. No. That was not it. Here's another one. This is the Eagle truck. Man, that tanker stops. He knows better.
Stop for more than 2 seconds.
Y'all think that's acceptable?
Not if the police was saying that.
What about? I want to show you also, speeding is another problem. Because a truck is governed at 70. You all think you can do 70 all the time. I put these up here so you all can see the different speed limit signs and what they look like and what those numbers mean. 50 means 50, not 70. 40 means 40, not 55. We're getting tickets left and right. We're not paying them. We're not paying them. And those tickets have consequences. So I want y'all to be aware of that. This one is more toward the Eagle drivers. You all are on a point system. Calling off of loads. I want you all to realize what the ripple effect is. When you all call off on a load, we've already promised the customer that that product is going to be there that day and that time. And when you call off, we don't have 10 drivers sitting in the wing waiting for us to give them a load. That load's dedicated to you. It's up to you and you to be responsible to show up and deliver your load. So when we don't make our customers happy, they leave us. So then we don't have revenue coming in. So then it's hard to pay the drivers because the revenue's falling off because they're not showing up to haul the loads they were promised on. The next thing you all need to know, this does affect your all's review. All of this is taken in consideration. Once a year, when we go through your review, tardiness is one of them. Do you show up and do your job? Do you do it safely? All of that stuff is considered in your review. It's also considered when you leave us. They contact us, me specifically, for your driving record. They ask, question on there, has they ever called off on a load? How many loads have they called off on? I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna tell them. That's gonna follow you for your career. If I'm gone, it's still in your file. The next person behind me is gonna pull your driver file, no matter when it was that you worked there. Your front folder is gonna have the notes in there. If you had any accidents, I have to report those. If you had any speeding tickets, I have to report those. The things that DOT writes you up for goes on your PSP report. If they don't ever get a hold of us, they're gonna see that on your report. They're gonna see your all's history of being a driver. You all work very hard to get your CDL. It's not an easy task to get that. You know, it's nerve-wracking to be in a big vehicle, pulling a 48 or a 53-foot trailer behind you, maneuvering in traffic out here with all these crazy people. So it's not an easy job, and I don't want you to be lazy about this. I mean, this is your career, and it can be taken away from you in a blink of an eye.
Well, what if we call off in the morning of and something really happened, like, how can you know that they hold that against us? Like,
If it really has happened, if something really has happened, like I had to go to the hospital, or I woke up and I got the flu, make that phone call to Jessie. She'll be able to tell in your voice that you really are sick.
I would rather just call people out, whoever's doing it, call them out. You can do it to them, not in public, or you do it in public, I don't care. If I mess up, you call me for what it is.
Yep.
So you gotta practice on.
Fred?
Hello, yes, still too good.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got that. Yeah. Okay, paperwork. This is something that's very, 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 very important. I can't stress how important this is for the company, guys, and for you. Paperwork. The shipper gives you probably maybe one piece of paper, maybe several pieces of paper. Every piece of paper you receive needs to be scanned in with your handwritten BOL to either BOL at Peregrine or Lou at Eagle, depending on if you work for Eagle or Peregrine. You need to be doing this when you deliver your load, not at the end of the week. You owe the road drivers that do it at the end of the week or once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks. You are messing up and screwing yourself out of your bonus. You take $400 a quarter that y'all get paid for, roughly. That's $1,600 a year you're just throwing away because you just don't want to scan paperwork when you're supposed to. The reason we are talking about this, if we don't get the paperwork, we can't bill the customer. If you all don't scan it and then you all lose it, we just haul that stuff for free. We'll never get paid for it. Never. Know what happens then? Our revenue goes down. And then you all are bitching, why can't we get raises? Why can't we get new trailers? Why can't we? Why can't we? Why can't we?
Right.
Because we can't turn in paperwork so we can bill the customers. We're not in the business to haul for free. Everything that goes on your all's trailer, there's a charge for to somebody. So no matter if it's a back haul, you have empties on your back, those need to be scanned in as well. And make sure you're scanning in every piece of paper that that shipper gives you. You may get a piece of paper that's a blank piece of paper that has a 4 in the middle of it. You're like, I don't know what that means. That may have been, you got there and they said, go to dock 4 and they'll get you unloaded. Scan it in. It may not mean anything to you all, but it means something to somebody else. Because we've got these brokers that they want proof that it's been delivered. The customer wants everything. They want to make sure all their product got there. Especially with so much cargo theft going on. We don't want them accusing you of stealing anything. We want proof we delivered everything that was put on our trailer. So make sure you're scanning paperwork. When you deliver, if you're on a 2 or 3 day load, then it'll be that 2 or 3 days when you deliver that you'll send in that paperwork, okay? All you guys in the Kansas City lane, it's like clockwork. We should have 3 before Friday. Unless, even if you're delivering on Friday, we should have that one by Friday. Not all 3 at the same time. One at a time. This also causes a backup with Amy. We have one person at Peregrine that's billing all our loads, and it's a lot. And it's very tedious. I've done this job. I know how hard it is. And when she does missing a piece of paper and she can't bill it, then maybe stewards want to know, why is our revenue down? Well, I got these 20 loads I can't bill because I don't have paperwork. So then that puts pressure on her because you all didn't send it in. So then we're chasing you down. One of us is calling you saying, hey, that load you delivered on Monday, we need a paperwork on. So please, put a sticky note. If it has to be on the top of your bunk when you lay down at night, you say, oh, I gotta send my paperwork in. Do it, please. It's so simple to do. It's so simple. Now, we're gonna go over, what's an emergency?
Accident.
Exactly. What else?
Got one else or that one?
Maybe your brakes caught on fire? That's an emergency. Got
Brakes on fire.
broke down, that's an emergency. Yeah, broke down, that's an emergency. Getting hurt, absolutely, definitely. Those we need to know about immediately. We need to make sure that you guys are taken care of. At 7 o'clock on a Sunday night, calling me about your expense check is not an emergency. Sorry. And if I don't take your call, and you don't send me a 911, you can assume it's still not an emergency. I, Laura, Chris, all of us need family time. And we are a 24/7 phone, your all's lifeline. But please, when I'm cooking breakfast on Sunday morning, I don't want a phone call about an expense check or something that can wait. Send me a text message. I will leave it there if it's not an emergency, and I will check on it. I can't check from home. Did Kelly run a check for you all? Did Amy put it out on the front door? I don't know. I don't know the same as you don't know. Those come into me, I go through them, I approve them. Amy enters them into the system. They go to Kelly. Kelly cuts the check. It goes back to Amy to be mailed out. Do you see how far disconnected I am from it from the day you sent it to me? So send me a text. I'll check on it. I got a phone call on a Sunday afternoon. Hey, what does this mean? And he starts reading to me what's on his health insurance card. I don't know. How would you all like those kinds of phone calls?
Hang up on.
I can't. I can't. And my good heart won't let me, because every one of you all is important. Every one of you all's needs are important. When I don't take your call, I can't stand it. If I send you a message, I'm in a meeting, or I'm talking to somebody, I call you back. And sometimes you may be 10th in line. There's some days you can ask Anna. It starts ringing at 8 o'clock and it doesn't stop. And everybody gets those messages, and then I have to go back through and call, and more people are calling in. It's not just both fleets. I have all the vendors. You all have questions about your trucks and your equipment. I gotta get with the vendor. The vendor has to call me back. I gotta get back with you all. So be mindful of that. It may take us a little bit to respond. You know, we have some drivers that, well, I can't get to Katrina, I'll call Chris. And Chris is in there and I'm on the phone. He's like, hey, you need to talk to Fred. He's got a problem. I know he's got a problem, but I'm on the phone still with the guy that I was talking to when he called. So we will get back to you, I promise. Just settle down. If it's an emergency, send any one of us a text. It's a 911. I'll hang up on whoever. I probably won't hang up on Stuart, but I will tell him I have to go. You know, I won't hang up on Laura either. So just keep in mind, you know, is it truly an emergency? Does it need a phone call right now? Or can I send her an email? Or can I send a text message
Or can I wait till tomorrow morning?
when they're back in the office? So, you know, I know things come to your all's mind, because it comes to mind at 3 o'clock in the morning every morning. I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm writing something down. My husband's like, what are you doing? I said, I just realized what the answer is to this problem, and I'm writing it down. That's the way my brain works. So I know when you're going down the road, you got all oh, I need to call her about this. It's just, I'll just call her. And it happens, because you got all that windshield time and all that thinking time. It does happen. So, what'd you get out of today's meeting?
Turn in the paperwork.
Bingo. Scan it in, buddy.
Check your email.
Check your emails. Right. What else? Donovan, what'd you learn back there?
Nothing about that act, that's what I got out of it.
No excuses.
No
Make sure you put your
excuses.
shipping number in.
That's right.
That's what I don't do.
I know. A lot of us don't do it, Fred.
I gotta start doing it.
You gotta start doing it. You might need a sticky note for that, the same as scanning paperwork. Not that you got a problem with that, but
I don't have no problem scanning. I like to get paid.
don't listen to youngin' in front of you either. Go do stop sign.
I told, hey, you know what? He been getting me in trouble ever since. I think I'm about to talk to Chris about a new car.
Listen, you picked him. You picked him, so that's all I've got today. No,